As you can see, getting rid of an invasive species can be incredibly difficult, even with science on your side. Let's take a look at another animal invader with our next question. True or false? Nightcrawler earthworms are considered an invasive species. Here's your clue. Earthworms love to eat leaf litter, the thick layer of leaves on the forest floor. The answer is true. Earthworms are considered an invasive species in the hardwood forest of the U.S. Great Lakes area. That kind of seems to go against the idea that earthworms are great for your garden. But the truth is, that layer of leaf litter that they love to eat, well, that's where all the tree seedlings start to grow. But when the earthworm shows up, all they do is eat that litter. In the process of doing that, they also change the soil composition, which makes that litter layer decompose faster. Given enough years, they can strip an area and make it almost impossible for new trees to grow and take root. That makes us wonder, how did the forest get so big in the first place? Since it seems like earthworms are pretty much everywhere. Let's find out. How did the invasive earthworms get into the forests in the first place? Is it people fishing or birds dropping them? Here's your clue. Birds don't usually drop their food, though that's sort of plausible. Kinda. The answer is people fishing. Imagine that you go fishing one day at a pond in the forest. Now imagine that nothing is biting that day, and you have to go home empty-handed. And instead of letting the nightcrawlers you were using for bait die in your tackle box, you decide to release them back into the wild. So you dump them in the forest and go home thinking about how awesome you are because you spared those worms' lives. But the problem is, all of the native earthworms died out, and the forest spent years and years growing without them. And then you come along with your bad fishing luck and change all of that. Coming up next, we'll discover more of the world's worst animal invaders. But first, let's see if you can guess the name of this mystery animal. The answer coming up next on Zoo Clues.